No, I'm not making this up. It's not that I've got drunk on the way into work or anything like that. I genuinely am sitting opposite somebody who is wearing a mask of you in order to improve the quality of my broadcasting. I'd like to point out that I didn't ask for this service. It just came with the room. I am, however, now looking at somebody wearing a cardboard cutout of Jason Isaacs. So...
Excellent.
Hello, Jason Isaacs.
We have Death Race at 5.
Jason. And now he's holding up a cardboard cutout of Jason Statham's head.
Jason Statham.
What
have you got there? You got a cutout of me and
you,
Jason Isaac.
Jason
Someone
Isaac.
laughing hysterically because they've laughed.
Kevin Spacey was here a minute ago. Now it's Jason Statham who appears to be drinking coffee. Unfortunately, of course, actually the way you should do a cardboard cutout of Jason Statham is stripped to the waist and covered in oil and wrestling with another man.
Does it for you,
wearing tighty shorts. Well, that's what he does. I mean, I'm sorry, there's not much of interest about the Death Race, which is a remake of a much better old exploitation cheapy Corman movie. But on the other hand, Jason Statham, that's what he does. Jason Statham runs around without his shirt on, covering himself in oil.
We got Taken at 2,
which Liam Neeson hits everybody, kills everybody. No, he doesn't. It's like, I went back and I watched that interview, and he's slightly more lively than you gave him credit for, because at one point he actually smiles very slightly in his sort of. But when in the film he just shoots everybody, and it does what it says.
Well, he does it with style.
He does, and it's people with baguettes, and it's people with foreign accents, and I think I said before that it was borderline xenophobic. I mean, let's be honest, it's not borderline xenophobic. It's just flat out racist. But hey,
No, it's not. I think that's preposterous.
It is. It is. It's a film that says anybody that looks a little bit foreign is clearly a bad un.
OK, so the UK's #1 is How to Lose Friends and Alienate People. It's not doing well here, but it's #1 in the UK.
Well, it's interesting. I didn't like the film. I wanted to like it more, and I didn't like it, and I thought it was going to have a very hard time finding an audience, and I'm clearly wrong, because it's. I see on the poster there are some people giving it absolutely glowing reviews. Cosmo Landsman, who of course used to work with Toby Young, is quoted on the poster twice, not once but twice. One saying it's absolutely brilliant, and another one saying it's absolutely brilliant, and it's absolutely brilliant. And, it's not. I'm pleased to see that it's doing well, because I really didn't think it had any chance of doing well at all, because for me it was much too sort of toothless. But hey, there we go. What do I know? I just work here.
What else is new this week?
Let's do House Bunny, okay? Right, described in the publicity as a sexy comedy. Whenever anything says sexy in the publicity, run for the hills. From the writers of Legally Blonde, which I liked, and with the star of assorted scary movies, which I really hated. And so the story is Anna Faris, who everybody tells me is really smart. Anna Faris is an orphan who grows up to be a pulchritudinous Playboy bunny, now living in the Playboy mansion. Here's a clip.
So, Shelley, are you a centerfold?
Oh. She wishes. Yeah, I do. So keep all your fingers crossed. Hopefully Hef will give me the good news this weekend at my birthday party. I've got my turn-ons all ready and everything. Being a centerfold is the highest, most prestigious honor there is. It says, I'm naked in the middle of a magazine. Unfold me.
See, so you think, OK, fine, it's going to be a satire on the stupidity and sexism of Playboy. As I said, Anna Faris is apparently very smart. Gets even more promising when she gets a letter from Hugh Hefner, which says, you're 27, therefore you're too old to be here, out by daybreak. She moves out. She has to move into a sorority house where she, through unlikely plot circumstances, becomes the sorority house mother. And the sorority house is entirely full of, misfits and people who don't fit in and people who are unpopular. So you think, OK, this is going the right way. This is all about how ghastly the whole Playboy image of women is, and how this is going to be something else. But no, plot twist ahoy, Hugh Hefner comes back, and it turns out he didn't write the letter. He was stitched up. And how do we know this? Because Hugh Hefner himself is in the movie. Here's clip number 2.
I'm so glad to be back.
Marvin, tell Shelley we're back and we're going to be watching a movie.
How about something spooky? No, funny. No. How about Scarface? No, you guys, I think it should be Shelley's pick tonight.
Mr. Hefner, Shelley's actually gone. She told me to give you this letter.
Shelley moved to Africa to work with the orphans. She left while we were gone because she says she can't deal with goodbyes. I'm going to bed. No movies tonight.
So just to be clear about this, Hugh Hefner is in fact a caring, sharing, loving person who's so upset that one of his favourite Playboy bunnies has gone off to do something else that he just wants to be alone. Now, no surprise to learn, therefore, that the movie is in fact co-produced by a company who are, here's what it says in the thing, the producers scored a huge coup when Alta Loma Entertainment, a subsidiary of Playboy Enterprises Inc., secured Hugh Hefner's participation in the filming and opened up the legendary Playboy Mansion. So hang about. So a subsidiary company owned by Hugh Hefner cleverly secured the participation of the person who owns the company. I mean, that must have been a really, really tough call. Then there's another quote from the producer, Alan Covert, who said, he was awesome. We got to shoot in his bedroom and I sat on his bed and we were so thankful that Hef let us use his mansion. So basically what you've got is this thing which from the outside looks like it's masquerading as, you know, a perfectly legitimate satire on the grotesque view of womanhood that Playboy puts forward, but actually completely put as a sort of advertisement for what a fabulous guy Hugh Hefner is, made and produced by people who absolutely love Hugh Hefner and love the Playboy Mansion. No surprise then that what actually happens is that when Shelley gets to this sorority house, she teaches all the girls to be popular by basically dressing and behaving like bunny girls. And there's a little bit at the end of it when suddenly they say, oh, well, you know, there's more to life than just wearing a Wonder Bra. But the heart of the producers clearly isn't in it. The producers, incidentally, one of whom is Adam Sandler, whose presence is writ large all over the whole movie. Now, look, here's the thing. When Larry Flynt, when that movie got made about Larry Flynt, The People versus Larry Flynt, okay, which he had to give certain permissions, Larry Flynt allowed, effectively, a movie to be made that portrayed him as a really, really unpleasant person. There was a lovely quote from Larry Flynt, which is that thing, you know, if the First Amendment can protect a scumbag like me, think what it can do for you. Larry Flynt was never in the market of telling anyone he was a nice guy. When I was doing the Linda Lovelace documentary, we tried to interview Al Goldstein, and he was unfortunately unavoidably arrested as he entered the building that he was coming in to do the interview in. These are people who are, you know, outsiders. Hefner, on the other hand, is this real establishment figure and wants you all to believe that he's a great American hero. And I'm sorry, I don't think it's funny. I just don't get the suddenly, hey, the guy who invented Playboy is a great American hero and we all love him. You can't have your cake and eat it. You're either making the house bunny and saying, look, all this bunny stuff is complete nonsense, and any film that tells women that aspiring to be a bunny, you know, should essentially be taken out and put out of its misery. But on the other hand, saying, oh, Hef, but he's so great, and the Playboy thing is so great, and the Playboy Mansion is so great, blah-de, 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 blah. Is it funny? No. Is it subversive? No. Did I feel at all entertained? No. Is it going to be number? Is it going to be number one in the box office next week? Very probably.